right, this is the video recording for Metabolism Lesson 2.2. So this was either Wednesday or Thursday of class. And so what we are doing is we are diving a little bit deeper into Elisa's condition. And we're going to do that today by looking at 4 different medical conditions. And so we're going to kind of become experts on one of those conditions and be able to kind of rule some out or kind of see if some of those might be something that Elisa is suffering from. So the first thing we did is I added these 4 vocab words into your Cornell notes. So if you open up your Cornell notes in your notebook, which you should have your notebook open, and if you don't, you can pause these videos at any time and do so. All right, they are loading, but they are going to pop up here shortly. So here are the vocab words that I added. So we added system, which is a set of interacting parts forming a complex whole, so pieces working together to form a whole. And then digestive system is the body system that takes in food and breaks it down. And then circulatory system is the body system that transports molecules to and from all cells of the body. And then respiratory is the body system that takes in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. And so you can pause the video and get those in your notebook. The next thing is an activity we did as a group. So we read the introduction together, and all of this is in your notebook. And then I actually separated everybody into 4 groups because there are 4 different medical conditions, and they got to go in breakout rooms and they got to work together on their certain condition that they were assigned and become an expert. So obviously, if you're watching this, you probably were not a part of that. So you'll have to pick one on your own and become an expert on your own. And then if you attend class on Friday, I will plop you in the group that you picked that has the same condition, because we're going to share out a little bit on Friday. So let me show you what that looks like. So scrolling down, you'll notice that starting on slide 8, there is a bunch of slides. I think it's like 8 to like 16 or something like that. And you are not doing all the slides. You are only really focusing on 2 of them. The one that has the reading for your condition, and then the one that has your form. And I will show you that here in a second. So we read the introduction together. So I will read it here for you. And then there are 4 conditions to choose from. There's anemia, asthma, diabetes, and then issues with the pancreas, which pancreas helps us digest. And so, with every breath and every bite of food, the human body takes in millions of molecules. These molecules are so small that they can't even be seen under a common microscope, but the body can't live without them. How can something so tiny be so important to the health of the whole body? When everything works properly, the body gets certain molecules from food and from the air. The molecules enter the cells of the body and provide everything the cells need to be healthy. Healthy cells make up healthy organs, and healthy organs work together in systems to keep the body breathing, moving, thinking, and releasing energy. The relationship between molecules and health isn't just a cool idea. Tiny molecules can actually make a person feel better or worse. Some people get sick because their cells aren't getting the molecules they need. When this happens, we say the person has a medical condition. Doctors often look for a medical condition when a patient's symptoms don't seem to be caused by something like bacteria or a virus. In many cases, people can manage medical conditions by taking medicine to make sure their bodies get the molecules they need. The chapters that follow tell stories of different people whose body systems don't provide their cells with everything that they need. And so you're going to pick, like I said, anemia, asthma, diabetes, or an injury to the pancreas. So if you look forward, here is the anemia passage. So you're going to read it, and it's going to kind of tell the patient's story and how that affects the body. And then the following page is kind of the medical sort of form. And so you will fill this out on your condition. So if you pick anemia, you read anemia and do this condition. If you pick asthma, you'll read that and do the one for asthma. So you're only doing one. So we have diabetes and then the form for diabetes and so on. So you're only picking one. The last thing that we did together was using the simulation, which is linked here. And that simulation, you are going to choose the condition that you read about. So whichever condition out of these four you became the expert on, you're going to choose it and click observe. So you're going to use the simulation to observe what happens in the human body when that condition is something that they have. And then you're going to record some observations and some questions that you have. So you can see down here, you're doing 3 observations and then 3 questions over there. And then there is an exit ticket. The exit ticket is kind of in a quiz format. It's a couple questions just on some of the basics that we have been learning, just to kind of make sure that you are on track. It's really helpful for me to see those so that I know that you are learning what you need to learn and we are not misunderstanding anything. But other than that, that was what we did today. So be prepared on Friday to be an expert on one of those conditions because the groups are going to share.